Hi everybody, welcome to NCS. My name is Jesse Ellis. I am the Prevention Manager in NCS's Prevention Unit. The Prevention Unit has 8 staff, including myself. We have 3 Prevention Coordination Specialists, Kristen Brennan, Chrissy Cunningham, and Jonathan Melendez. Victoria Caris is our Data and Evaluation Manager. Lauren Hitz is our prevention specialist who works on substance abuse prevention programming. Sherry Naut is a prevention specialist supporting Opportunity Neighborhoods. And Annie Tamerjan is our data and performance management specialist who also supports Opportunity Neighborhoods. We'll talk a little bit about everything that everybody does and what these programs are. The work of the Prevention Unit is really structured under 5 broad categories. Strategic initiatives, where we are working across systems and agencies and organizations and sectors to do planning to really support a wide range of outcomes for children and youth. Our focus is on kids and their families. And making sure they do well in any area. With really very little, one small exception, we don't do any direct service programming. Our work is working with people who do serve kids and families to provide them with resources and best practices and help align their efforts so that we can have the biggest impact possible. So I'll talk a little bit about some of these strategic initiatives in a minute. The biggest example, though, is the Successful Children and Youth Policy Team, or SCIPT. And that's an effort where we bring together leadership from the county government and the school system, including elected officials and high-level administrators, as well as leaders from various sectors in the community, like healthcare and philanthropy and business and early care and education and family members themselves. And they all come together to come up with the best ways that we can address issues facing children and youth that can't really be addressed by a single organization, right, or agency. So a good example is behavioral health, right? If we just let the schools and the county's community services board be the only ones trying to work on behavioral health, we're not going to end up with kids who are doing very well because there's a role for private healthcare providers. There's a role for families. There's actually a role for businesses. There's a role for early care and education. And there's a role for lots of different parts of the county government and lots of different parts of the school system that can all come together to help support kids' behavioral health. So the kind of work that we do is bringing people together to come up with what is everybody's role and how do we align that work to make it happen. We also coordinate networks. Our 2 biggest ones are the Out of School Time Network and the Trauma Informed Community Network. And these networks bring together people working in various agencies or organizations with different kinds of roles, but that have a common interest. So for Out of School Time, that interest is running after-school programs or providing supports to after-school programs and summer programs for kids. Our Trauma Informed Community Network focuses on trauma-informed practice. This is the idea that individuals who have lived through a trauma, maybe they've been abused or they've witnessed abuse or violence, or they come from a family where they've lived in severe poverty, or they've had substance use issues or mental health issues of their own or of among others in their near families. These traumas can actually impact how people develop, even how their brains develop. And trauma-informed practice allows us to work with individuals in a way that recognizes the impacts of these traumas and helps to prevent re-traumatization, and also helps to help them manage their emotions and behaviors in ways that are beneficial to everybody. So these networks that we have bring together people that are interested in these ideas or these topics, and we provide a lot of training, best practices, resources. We bring people together just to meet each other and learn from each other, things like that. Really hope that you get involved with one of our networks or both of them. A lot of the work we do, really all the work that we do, is really heavily data informed. How do we understand what's going on in Fairfax, in the country, and in individuals, and how do we use that data to help make sure we're doing the best we can to serve our community? And so we have a number of efforts where we are working to identify that data and figure out the best ways to use it. You may, if you're working in a region, you may already be familiar with our Opportunity Neighborhoods initiative. This is our place-based initiative where we focus efforts and resources on and attention on specific geographically identified areas in the county with a real goal of trying to improve outcomes for children, youth, and families in that area. We contract with community-based organizations in each of the neighborhoods. We have 5 neighborhoods right now: Mount Vernon, Reston, Herndon, Culmores and Bailey's area, and Annandale. And we work with these nonprofits, with NCS, with the schools, and with all sorts of other partners within the community to try and improve outcomes for kids in those neighborhoods. And our 5th area of work is our capacity building work. And this is really focused on building the capacity of county agencies, the schools, and community-based organizations to effectively engage in prevention efforts. The biggest example of this is our Partners in Prevention Fund. And we use this funding to provide grants to community-based organizations. We provide them with training and funding and technical assistance to deliver prevention programs in the community. We also use the fund to support innovative ideas and programs within the county, and also build capacity through things like training and other professional development opportunities. So if you have ideas for innovative programs for children or youth, or trainings that you'd really like to see, please let us know, because we may be able to help fund those. There's a lot of tiny little words here. You probably can't see it very well, but you have the PowerPoint. This is our organizational chart, and you can see the different things that people are working on in our unit. So I, for example, coordinate the Successful Children and Youth Policy Team, the SCIPT, and also manage the Partners in Prevention Fund. Victoria Carey manages the data work that we talked about. One exciting project she's working on is a fiscal map, which will show how the county invests in children and youth by outcome area, not just by agency. So we can look and say, how much are we really focused on behavioral health or kindergarten readiness or physical health for kids? Chrissy Cunningham manages our trauma-informed community network, as well as supporting other initiatives. But the TICN is the biggest part of what she does. Similarly, Jonathan Melendez does a lot of different things, but managing the out-of-school time network and supporting out-of-school time programming is the biggest chunk of what he does. Many of you working in the regions will probably get to know Jonathan very well. He works very closely with our NCS centers and programs. Lauren Hitz, this is the one area where we do some direct service. Lauren Hitz is funded by a grant from the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth. to go into communities and schools and deliver substance use prevention programming, tobacco use and other drugs. And she trains people to deliver these programs and also delivers them herself. So if you're ever looking for those kinds of resources, Lauren is a great resource for you. Kristen Brennan manages the Opportunity Neighborhoods Initiative and helps coordinate it countywide, partnering with regions and NCS and those nonprofit leaders. And then Sherry now helps support Opportunity Neighborhoods really by focusing on capacity building and making sure that all of our partners in the neighborhoods have the resources that they need to be able to do their work effectively. Annie Tamerjan manages the data and evaluation component of Opportunity Neighborhoods and manages the contracts as well with the nonprofits. We serve all sorts of folks. So we will work with you. We will work with schools, with other county agencies, with community organizations, with private schools, with houses of worship, businesses, anybody who is looking to serve kids and families and help contribute to positive outcomes for them. That's our customer base. Jointly with the Community Impact Unit, who we work very closely with, last year we supported 265 different organizational partners. That's not people, that's different organizations and organizational units. So it's just a large number of groups that are out there working to support kids, and our role is really to help bring them all together. So what can you do to get involved? Please join our networks. Again, the Trauma Informed Community Network, the Out of School Time Network. Come to us if you ever have questions, if you want technical support or assistance, trying to figure out how to evaluate a program, or what programs might be out there that you could run, or how to best adapt your program, or how to best structure your services to meet the needs of kids in need. If you're trying to get a better understanding of what different trends may be or issues that kids and families are facing right now in Fairfax, we're happy to talk with you about any of those kinds of things. You're also our eyes and ears for that. You're working directly with kids and families in Fairfax. You see what's happening on the ground. A lot of the data that we pull can be dated, right? It could be a year or even more old. So if you're seeing stuff, if you're hearing stuff that you think is important for us to know, please let us know, because chances are we might not know that. And then, of course, follow us on Twitter at FFX Youth Thrive. We've got lots of cool stuff that we're always sharing. If you're ever interested in webinars or resources or reports or learning about new county programs and things like that, it's a great resource. Visit our website. You click on teams and initiatives. You can find a lot of stuff. Click on data, and you can find lots of different data sources. Again, please let us know anytime you have any questions. Email us at ncs-prevention@fairfaxcounty.gov, or email any of us directly. We're all obviously in Outlook, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.